Some of the most unusual mysteries in history are not hidden on Wall Street or in ancient empires, but in secret vaults, whispered rumors, and the spoils of war. And perhaps one of the most well-known of these mysteries is the story known as Yamashita's gold. According to legend, near the end of World War II, the Japanese Empire realized that defeat was approaching and began hiding the enormous wealth it had collected from all across Asia. Gold, jewels, works of art, all of it was hidden in secret locations. Some even claim that this treasure could be the largest fortune ever hidden in history. But did such a treasure really exist? To answer that, we need to go back in time. In the 1930s and 1940s, Japan had expanded dramatically across Asia. Manchuria, Korea, Taiwan, large parts of China, Southeast Asia, and the Philippines were all under Japanese control. During this expansion, it wasn't only territory that was taken, there was also massive looting. Gold from banks, sacred objects from temples, and even private fortunes were collected and placed under Japanese control. It is said that this looting was not random. According to some claims, everything was organized through a secret operation called Golden Lily. It is also said that certain members of the Japanese imperial family were behind this operation. In particular, the name Prince Chichibu is often mentioned. Some of the collected treasure was sent to Japan, but not all of it, because the outcome of the war was uncertain. If Japan lost, at least part of the wealth needed to be preserved. For this reason, large amounts of treasure were hidden in the Philippines. At this point, the story brings Tomoyuki Yamashita to the center of the narrative. He was a very famous Japanese general known as the Tiger of Malaya. In 1944, as the American Army advanced toward the Philippines, he was assigned to organize the defense. According to the legend, Yamashita was also responsible for the hidden treasures. Rumors say that there were dozens of secret tunnels, caves, and underground vaults in different parts of the Philippines. Inside these places, gold bars, chests of jewels, and works of art were hidden. Some accounts even claim that the workers and soldiers who hid these treasures were left inside the tunnels so the secret would never be revealed. Of course, this part of the story is rather dark and controversial. In 1945, Yamashita surrendered to American forces. He was later tried for war crimes and executed, but everyone had the same question in mind: what happened to the treasure? Some people claim that American agents discovered some of these hidden vaults and transferred the gold into secret funds. It is said that this money was later used to finance various covert operations during the Cold War. On the other hand, some people believe the treasure has still not been found. In other words, it may still be buried somewhere in the Philippines. The story resurfaced years later. This was because a Filipino treasure hunter named Rogelio Roxas claimed in the 1970s that he had discovered part of Yamashita's treasure. According to Roxas, he found a tunnel near Baguio. Inside were gold bars and even a golden Buddha statue filled with diamonds. But soon after, he ran into serious trouble. He was captured, beaten, and imprisoned by the regime of Ferdinand Marcos, who ruled the Philippines at the time. Many people believe that Marcos seized part of the treasure and added it to his own fortune. Years later, in a lawsuit filed by Roxas, a court in the United States acknowledged that he had indeed discovered a treasure and ruled that compensation should be paid. But whether it was truly Yamashita's legendary gold is still not certain. Some researchers say the story is even more interesting than that. According to them, American intelligence found some of the treasures after the war and gathered this gold into secret funds. One of the names allegedly involved in leading this operation was Edward Lansdale. According to these claims, the money was later used to finance covert operations. Of course, there is no definitive evidence for any of this. For this reason, many historians believe the story may have been greatly exaggerated. But one thing is certain. This story has been told for decades, and it still captures people's imagination. Maybe there really was a massive treasure, or maybe it was simply a legend that powerful people hid behind. But the story reminds us of one thing. Money and power often move not in the open, but behind the scenes. And in the end, the question always remains the same. Who controls the treasure? And who lives their lives without ever knowing it exists?